Remember those old Roblox games you played as kids? I certainly do. Not. Yes, I still have memories of playing Roblox as a kid, but these Roblox games I played as a kid are games that I haven't touched in years. And I bet you guys are in the same position, because back then, these games were super popular, but now you don't hear about these games because everyone forgot about them. So today, I'm exploring these forgotten Roblox games from my childhood to relive my childhood memories. And the first game I'm starting with is a game that was a huge part of my childhood because Guava Juice made a video about this game in 2016, and that's what made me want to start playing this game. So my question to you is, do you remember this game? Because if not, the name of this game is Slide 999999 Miles in a Box Obby. And to my surprise, this game is still alive. It has 452 players still playing to this day. So I hopped in, didn't know what to expect, and oh boy, this game has changed a lot. But it only changed with the buttons you see on the screen right now, or called UIs. The gameplay of this game is very simple. You get on a box, you slide down, and that's it. And I remember having so much fun playing this game as a kid because it felt like a super immersive digital roller coaster. It felt like I was on a dangerous journey, and it felt like action. But spoiler alert, I'm not a kid anymore, and now that I look at this game has less action than my Spanish presentation, which only took 5 minutes to make.
Hola, sobre yo hablo sobre la flip. I forgot it.
Now, I am being brutal here, but I'm also being honest, because if you look at the gameplay, it's just sliding down. There's nothing else to do, but the fact that this game still has 472 players to this day shows that kids are really willing to play anything. I'd bet a pretty good amount of money that if there happened to be a game about guessing Italian brain rot, which is stupid, tons of kids would drool over it. Dang it, I should have bet. Yeah, so I'm gonna rate this game 5 out of 10. It was super nostalgic, but it's not as fun as I remembered it to be. Okay, so this game clearly didn't live up to my memories, but I'm hoping the next game will. I'll show you the gameplay right now, but if you recognize this watermark right here, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But if you don't know what I'm talking about, this guy FatPass made a lot of these escape obbies, and they were so popular that if you played Roblox in 2016 or around that time, chances are you probably played this game before. But this specific game, Escape Dentist Obby, is long forgotten. If you search this up on Roblox, yes, you see a lot of these games, but none of them are the original. So I had to play a Roblox game called Legacyverse to even access this original version. Basically, Legacyverse allows players to access Roblox's old platform. It's very cool, it's very nostalgic, but let's talk about this game specifically. In this Roblox obby, you're at the dentist, but your dentist is really evil. I mean, he has red eyes. That can't be good. So your job is to escape this place, get out of here. So overall, it's just a normal obby, but with a story. And for me as a kid, I felt immersed into this game. I felt like I was actually trying to escape the dentist. I felt connected to the game, and I think that's why I love this game so much. Now, comparing this game to the first game I played in this video, there's a lot of differences. In the box game, you're just kind of going down with no real journey. I guess it's a little bit cool, but this game, you're actively engaging with the game, you're jumping around and interacting with the obstacle course while following the story. So was this game as fun as I remember? Well, as much as I would love to say yes, I don't know if I can honestly say that. Now that I'm a grown-up, I don't really feel super connected to this game. It didn't really feel like an adventure as it did before. It just felt like an obby that I was going through, and honestly, I think I'm just grown up. And I hate to say this because I want to experience what I felt like when I was a kid. So I'll give this game a rating of 6.5 out of 10. I'm really looking for a Roblox game that can get higher than a 7, and I think I found the perfect game that can do that. This game is Be Crushed by a Speeding Wall, and oh my goodness, this was a true classic. And I'm willing to bet most of you guys forgot about this game because I don't see a lot of people playing this game now. In fact, it only has 250 players playing to this day. So I hopped onto this game, and yeah, this game changed a lot. But because my goal is to dive back into the past, past, I actually found a version of this that is not updated to really re-experience what I played as a kid. In this game, your job is to get to the end, but getting to the end is not easy because there's a wall trying to crush you. So you have to hide in these little spaces to avoid the wall, and as you go from one space to another, you'll eventually reach the end. Now, playing this classic version really took me back to my childhood because I remember playing this game every single day as a kid, because as a kid, this was super fun. But now that I'm older, here's what I think about this game. I think this game is very boring, and I hate to say that, but it's the truth and I have to say it. This game is boring because all you do in this game is just beat the wall, but then the more you do it, the easier it becomes, and you just reach to a certain level where it doesn't even really become a challenge anymore. Yeah, so I'm giving this game a 6.99 out of 10. It's not cracking a 7 out of 10, and I don't make the rules around here, so you can complain to someone else. Yeah, I'm super crushed that this game didn't meet my expectations, pun 100% intended. But if this game, my childhood favorite, isn't capable of bringing me back to my childhood joy, should I just give up? Well, as a famous world-renowned philosopher once said, never back down. Never give up. So that's exactly what I did, and I found 2 more games to play for this video. The first one is a super classic, and it's a game called Get Eaten. This game's been around since 2010, and 15 years later, this game somehow has 700 players still playing. So I hopped in, and it was the same game I remember from my childhood. You just hop in a vehicle, drive around, and then you slide into someone's mouth, and then you get digested. Now, this game isn't abandoned. It actually still gets updates. Like when I played as a kid, there was very little content, but now there's prestiging. There's also multipliers to help you with progressing. So here's what an 18-year-old thinks of this game. Honestly, the gameplay is pretty decent. There is solid progression, but the gameplay is also kind of simple because you just ride a vehicle into someone's mouth. And yes, as you play more, you're gonna unlock more cool people to get digested into. That sounded I don't know how to word that. At some point, if you play this game a lot, you are going to get sick of it to the point where it doesn't really feel purposeful. And this aspect is very similar to the wall game I played earlier, but I feel like the wall game is easier to get bored of because the wall game is oriented around beating the challenge of the speeding wall, but the more you play it, the easier the challenge becomes. And because I like Get Eaten more, I'm gonna give this game a 7.5 out of 10. Finally, a game that got a higher rating than 7, but we still have one more game left, and this might be the highest rating out of them all. This game is Make a Cake, and it's been around since 2010, so it's definitely been a long time, but as I hopped into the game, I did not expect this game to change this much. So as the title says, this game is about making a cake. You can make the cake by first grabbing the block and then putting it through a factory of processes, but once you're done with all that process, you have a cake that you can share with your friends, or you can eat, but you can also feed it to this giant noob. Speaking of which, this guy in my server made hundreds of cakes just to feed the noob, and his job was to make this guy explode from eating too much cake. Like, I can't tell if this guy's just good at the game or he's just really evil. Okay, we're getting off topic. Let's talk about how I feel about the gameplay after all these years. For some reason, this gameplay felt really good. If you thought making a cake was just it, you can actually turn yourself into a cake too. And if you really want, you can also get digested like you could in Get Eaten, which is pretty cool too. And there were so many things there. Like, there was zombies here, there was like a skeleton giving me dialogue. It was super cool to explore. There's also a lot of items to buy in this game that you can buy for completely free. Yeah, this game has a lot more to it than you would think. So overall, I had a very good experience with this game. But granted, this game is extremely different from the childhood version I played. But this is actually not an issue because this game still has a legacy version that you can play right now. I mean, there is some bugs in this game, but this game wasn't really supposed to be maintained anyway, so I appreciate the effort. So I'm giving this game a rating of 8.14. Yeah, I just felt like I needed to change things up a little bit, but if you want to complain, I don't make the rules around here, so you can go find someone else. So that's it, guys. I just dove back into my childhood, and I have to say one thing. Have fun if you're still a kid. This is the time of your life to make memories, because when you're older, you'll wish to become a kid again. But if you're not a kid watching this, appreciate what you have, and I certainly hope that this video made you feel happy.